Hi everybody, this is RevEssie here, coming to you I believe on the 29th of July, Sunday, 29th of July, 2012, and I believe God just showed me something about money that I would like to share with you. You mentioned money, it captures everybody's attention, amen, but God, something happened to me today, the Lord blessed me, and when I get blessed I like to share it in some kind of way. And I'm going to attempt to share what I learned today with you. You know, there are preachers out there asking for money, churches asking for money, organizations asking for money, television stations asking for money, poor people are asking for money, rich people are asking for money, and I did a long, extensive research on tithing, giving, money, things like that. And if you would like a copy of it, just write me at RevEssie at yahoo.com, and I'll send it to you. I don't even know how to start this, really. It's so deep. This morning, I was down to change, as we all do. Sometimes we get down to just change and we don't have enough to take care of what we need to take care of, to pay some bills, or get some gas for your car, or buy some milk for your coffee, or some bread, you know, for your sandwiches. Or to wash clothes. I really needed to wash my clothes. I was down to barely almost nothing. And I had some change. I had $3.50 in change. And I went around my building, talked to a couple people, and asked them if they had some quarters for the pennies, nickels, and dimes that I had. My daughter always makes fun of me about my pennies and nickels and dimes. Anyway, I got the money to wash my clothes, and I, you know, went to upstairs and I washed 2 loads of clothes and dried them. You know, took a couple hours, and that's okay. I enjoyed the time. Anyway, this morning, I was talking to my daughter, and I told her, I said, I really wish I had about $20 or so to wash my clothes, at least wash my clothes. You know, I said, I wish I had about $20 so I could wash my clothes. And anyway, I went upstairs to get my clothes, waiting for them to dry. I had washed them, and I was waiting for my clothes to dry, and a couple ladies came in. And we always sit up in the laundromat. We talk to one another and laugh, talk, you know, and sometimes sing and pray. One lady came up to me and asked me to pray on her wrist. I mean, this woman broke her wrist. She broke a few bones in her body. She almost didn't make it. She got real sick when she was in the hospital. And so I prayed on her, and believing that Jesus is going to heal her. And then another lady, I've been my friend, I'll call her my friend. We've been a little tight since I moved in here. And she's sweet, part Cherokee, nice looking lady. She's about 70-something years old or whatever, looked good. I wish I looked half as good as she does at 70, but anyway, she asked me to pray on her leg. She keeps getting infections in her leg. So I bent over, prayed on her leg, and then I grabbed both of them, and we both all 3 of us start praying in agreement for these people to be healed. And whenever I got done, the one lady, my friend, handed me an envelope, and she told me, she says, I sure miss you being downstairs, because I haven't been feeling good lately, as you can tell. Sometimes if it looks like I'm dragging, no, I'm not high. I don't do that kind of stuff. I have my days. It's a long story. It's a battle. Like the Apostle Paul said, it's a battle, but I get through it, you know. So if it looks like my reaction is slow or I'm talking slow, and sometimes I'm real happy, and it's because I'm going through a physical thing, not mental, guys, okay? You know, we always want to take somebody there. It's a physical thing, and I'm battling. But this woman told me, she says, I want to give this to you. I don't have a church. She said, and God told me to give this to you. I want to give this to you. And she handed me this envelope. And we continued to talk. I thanked her, blessed her, and we continued to talk a little bit, the three of us. And then when they left, and I was sitting in the laundromat by myself, I opened up the envelope and looked. And it was a 10 and 2 5s. Come on, guys, that's just not, that doesn't happen every day. I had just told my daughter this morning that I wish I had $20 to wash my clothes with. God saw me stretch out in faith and go around this building. I mean, I didn't ask a million people. God actually blessed me to only ask about 2, you know, and he saw me use that little bit of change to get my clothes clean, to allow this machine to beat my clothes clean where I wouldn't have to use my hands and beat my hands to death. He saw me step out in faith knowing that just that little bit of change would get my clothes clean. I know that's what it was, and he blessed me. God blessed me. When you need something done in your life, step out in faith. Take that first step, and God will help you take the second. When he sees that you want to walk, he'll help you to walk. So I washed all my clothes and dried them, and they were smelling good and looking good, and I brought them to my apartment, and I'm sitting here speaking in tongues, thanking the Lord, you know, having my time with the Lord. And it just began to hit me. All these things about money went through my mind, and I got to share it with you. It was so good, I got to share it with you. If I don't get deep enough for some of you, pray about it, and maybe God will show you more. And if I'm too deep for some of you, pray about it, and God will show you what I'm talking about. I just want to show you something. Some scriptures went through my mind. You know, there are people who sell their souls for money. In the entertainment field or whatever, and even some preachers, you know, some folks sell their souls for money. And I can't understand why somebody would sell their soul for something that God created when all you have to do is ask him for it, okay? Here's what went through my mind. I'm going to read a couple scriptures to you. Give me a minute to do something here. Here we go. I'm going to read a couple scriptures to you. Tell me what goes through your mind. Ready? Okay. I wrote them on the envelope that I have my little 250 written on. I have a little 250 in there, then I found $1 worth of pennies, and it came to 350. First one, some things went through my mind. First of all, about the tithing thing, there's nowhere in the Bible that says you have to give 10% of your check. That's one thing I want to say. Jacob gave 10%. Abraham gave 10% before the law even came about. But Jesus says a little something different about it all. You know, you get into the New Testament, the old schoolmaster was broken, changed, because God knew we wouldn't be able to keep up with the law. That's why he sent Jesus, right? All right, check this out. You know, there's preachers that I've seen before that say, respect money, and money will come to you. You know, they say you have to respect something for something to come to you. And I kind of, I'm not knocking them, you know, but I kind of feel a little different about that. And the reason that I feel a little different about that is because instead of respecting the creation, shouldn't we be respecting the Creator? When you respect God, God will send to you whatever you need. Amen? So no, I don't say respect money and it will come to you. I say respect God and God will send it to you. Just like he sent me that $20 today. I'm telling you, there's something to that. That just wasn't happenstance. That wasn't a coincidence. Now, Matthew 6:24. Let me turn to Matthew. Turn to Brother Matthews. I had a preacher. I loved him to death. That's how he's always saying, let's turn to Matthews. Turn to Matthew 6:24. First thing that you hear, it says, no man, you hear a lot of people saying this, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Then look, then it goes into verse 25. He says, so don't take, it says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life. Don't worry about where you're going to get money to wash clothes. What you shall eat and what ye shall drink. Nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not. Listen to what God's telling you, folks. Listen to him. Listen to him, please. In verse 26, Matt 6:26, he says, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not. The birds are not paying 10%. Neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Is it just me, or are you filling that? And then he goes on to say, are they not much better? Are you not much better than birds? They sow not, neither do they reap, yet God feeds them. God is a good daddy. He's a good father. He's not going to let any harm come to you. God's going to take good care of you. He doesn't order anything he can't pay for. That includes your ministry, your life, your family. If God's in it, he's going to take care of it. Let's go to Luke 16:13. Did you just catch that? They neither sow, nor neither do they reap. So I truly believe that is God telling you he doesn't want your mortgage money. He doesn't want your gas, electric, and water bill money. He wants you to have that water turned on so them kids can take a bath, so they won't be teased in school. He wants your clothes washed. Jesus. There's too many people sitting up in churches waiting for the Lord to bless them, and they're being taught wrong. You know, I know preachers sitting in pulpits that haven't had gas, electric, or water on for a month or two. You know, in the dead of winter, or the heat of the summertime. And they have kids, and they have no cereal or milk, or they have milk and no cereal for their kids. Sitting in a pulpit. I have had ministers and preachers come to my house to take a shower because they didn't have their water on. I'll stop there, but you get the picture. Because they gave their 10%, they gave their money to a church instead of taking care of what God gave them. You know, the Bible tells us to take care of what God gave us. And I'm telling you, write me if you're interested in the tithing information that I found, not copied after anybody else, but tithing information that I found, did on my own. Email me at RevEssie@yahoo.com. Okay, let's go to Luke 16:13. Got a couple more things I'm going to show you. Luke 16:13. I'm not knocking any churches. I'm not knocking any certain people. I'm just telling you what happens to God's people because of this lie about money. Luke 16:13. No servant, the same thing, can serve two masters. For either hate one and love the other, or love one and hate the other. Same thing. When it's in the Bible that many times, it's serious. Ecclesiastes 7:12. I want to show you something that I believe. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm just sharing this with you, and if you got a little something you want to say about it, hit me up and let me know. This is what I believe. Ecclesiastes 7:12 says, "For wisdom is a defense." You heard it before, right? And money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. Is it just me? Or is Ecclesiastes 7:12 telling us two sides of the story, both sides of the fence? Either you're going to have wisdom. Wisdom gives you life. Wisdom gives you everything you need. See, people say, yeah, but the Bible says money is a defense. Yeah, but whose side? Which master are you serving? Jesus. Are you hearing it coming out, y'all? Which master are you serving? God gives you wisdom. The world gives you money. God made the world. I say worship God, and whenever you need something, He will make the world give it to you. In Jesus' name. Jesus' name. Whose side is that? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense, yeah. And money is a defense, yeah. But which defense are you taking? What lawyer are you using? Are you using Satan, the accuser of the brethren? Or are you using Jesus, who is a wonderful advocate of the brethren? Adversary or advocate? I remember when I was going to school, Bible school, and we had to preach, you know, I did little mock preachings. They call them mock preachings. They were real, very real. I got up there and I made a mistake and said, Jesus is our adversary. And I saw everybody go, oh, and I said, oh, I mean our advocate. You know, so which A are you using? Ecclesiastes 7:12 gives you both sides. Pick one. And there's one more thing I want to share with you. Go to, a lot of people don't know this, and I've preached it a while. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I mean, people that I know. Go to John 13:29. I'm hoping that's the right one. If it's not, I will find it, because I have a lot of things written in my Bible. John 13:29. Now, I want to show you something. This is to add to, and if I think anything else later after I do this video, I'll just type it underneath or something. John 13:29. Ready for it? Are you there? John 13:29. You're going to want to turn there. Jesus and the disciples were all together. And then it says, I will start with verse 23. No, I'll start with 22. John 13:22. Then the disciples looked one another, doubting of whom he spake. And now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of the disciples whom Jesus loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake. Then, lying on Jesus' breast, said unto him, Lord, who is it? And Jesus answered, he said, whoever dips their hand in when I sup, and when I dip mine, that's who it is. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, that thou doest, do quickly. It was Judas. Okay, Judas was the one Satan entered into to ruin Jesus. And Jesus knew it. And verse 28 says, now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him. Here we go, 29. You ready? For some of them thought because Judas had the bag, that Jesus had said unto him, buy those things that we have need of against the feast, or that he should give something to the poor. They thought that when Jesus told him in verse 27, whatever it is you have to do, do it quickly. They thought Jesus was saying that because Judas had the bag. Now, the reason I brought up that last point is the fact that if Jesus felt that money was so important to his ministry, why would he allow an evil fool like Judas to carry the purse? Why would he give? Because when all the disciples, apostles, disciples, everybody when they all got together, they all gave money to the treasurer of the church. If money was that important, why would Jesus allow a devil, a man with so many open doors that he turned against Jesus' entire ministry, why would Jesus allow him to carry the bag? It makes you think. If it was that important, if Jesus wanted them to respect the money so that the money can come to them, why would he give it to a fool like Judas? Right? That's my point. Those are my points. So, this is how, especially with what happened to me today, God is letting us know you don't respect money. Don't sell your soul for something that is only temporary. People are selling their soul. People are selling their soul for trees. Money's made from trees. It's made from silver and gold. People are literally selling their souls to a fallen servant. A fallen servant. So that they can have a pocket full of the stuff that God walks on. So they can have a pocket full of cement, heavenly cement, gold. I would rather have the Creator in my life than the createe. That's all I have to say about it. And like I said, if anything else comes up about it, I have any other thoughts, or if God shows you anything, please feel free to put your comments below, and let's get this party started. So listen, I hope that you got something from that, and I am saying, I have a lot of people who fell out with me because they think remember when Malcolm X got shot? What's the first thing those people said whenever they shot him? That man stood up and said, "Get your hand out of my pocket." And this is, you gotta be careful when you talk about money, honey. Folks will get mad at you. Do you hear me? Yeah, money takes care of the church. Money takes care of the church and helps to send Bibles to other nations and feeds people and stuff. But it depends on who you're sitting under too, okay? You guys that have your ministries and you have your donate button and stuff, I even have one, a PayPal donate button. No, I'm not asking you to take that off. Don't take that off. Because that donate button helps. God should lay his hand on somebody and have them want to donate to your ministry. That's the easy way for them to donate to your ministry. Don't start taking things off. But don't worship money. Worship the God of all things. RevEssie signing off. God bless you.